It's you talk, baby.
You Talk family, what go on? This your boy D. I wanted to come on and tell you guys thank you to everyone, my whole entire You Talk family that's been supporting me since I started doing this back in 2020. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I appreciate you guys. And a big thank you to everyone that is signed up with your You Talk memberships. Thank you very much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. I also wanted to say thank you and shout out to our super producer, the man himself, Mr. King Judge, KJ Production, Mr. Marquise Judge. Thank you, brother. I appreciate everything you do. I love you, brother. You already know. Also, a big thank you and shout out to our super co-host, Mr. Larry Frank Jr. You Talk family, I know y'all appreciate him, and I do as well. Shout out to Mr. Larry Frank Jr. Thank you for all that you do, brother. I love you. Let's get into it, man. Let me tell you about these 3 different memberships that we got going on at You Talk. The first membership is the You Talk Club. And with that membership, you will receive different loyalty badges for every month that you are a member of the You Talk family. The second membership is the You Talk VIP. And with that membership, you will receive 10% off any You Talk branded merchandise or apparel. And you will get different photos and videos whenever we're out and about. We'll be sending you different stuff. And the third membership is the You Talk Box. And with that membership, you will receive exclusive content when we're doing special interviews with special guests. You will all have access to those interviews, and you will get 15% off any You Talk branded merchandise or apparel. So those are your 3 memberships. Pick one of the 3, and if you don't, it's still all good. It's all love over here at You Talk, but everybody that's got their memberships, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, like I said. So, like I said before, thank you. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting the movement. Everybody stay safe, take care. And y'all know how we start every video and every show that we do. And y'all know how we end every video and every show that we do. It ain't no us without you, baby. And I'm out. We love you guys. Take care. It's You Talk.
It's you talk, baby.
From the heart of the city to the edge of the world, telling stories of black kings and queens.
It's you talk, baby.
Every topic, every voice, like a new kind of pearl. Shining light on truths to make the future swirl. It's real talk, baby. Frank and Shy Blue coming through, baby. Real topics, real stuff for the people, baby. Buckle up and let's roll with real talk, baby. It's real talk, baby. It's real talk, baby. It's real talk, baby. And it ain't no me without you, baby. It's You Talk, baby, and it ain't no me without you, baby. From the heart of the city to the edge of the world,
It's you talk, baby.
black kings and queens, but both in a furrow. Every time we carry.
Yo,
Hi.
yo,
Hi,
what's
Larry.
good? What's
What's
up,
good with
sis?
you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, anytime we come on these airwaves, whether I'm doing this show or the other show with D, I'm just like a kid on Christmas morning. I'm
I
feeling
know,
good.
right?
How you?
I'm great. I'm feeling great. I'm doing good. I'm in good spirits, good energy, all good vibes, you know? I'm real
That's
good.
what's up. That's
Yes.
what's up.
Busy week. Got a new job, so I'm excited about it. Thank God. Yes, thank you so much. I got started my new
Congratulations.
job a couple days ago, so yeah, I'm real good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well,
Mhm.
we're gonna get this thing cranked off tonight, You Talk family. Y'all know how we start every show. It ain't no us.
Without you, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Without you, baby. Check it
Yes.
out. Check it
What's
out.
up?
We gotta do, you know me. I gotta get the business out the way first. I gotta get
Of
the business
course.
out the way, you know. So
Of course. I'm gonna let you go
shout
ahead.
outs. Shout outs of the night. First shout out of the night goes to our brother, the
Mhm.
man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT. He got so many titles, but he is our brother, Devin Lloyd, aka, oh Lord have mercy. You could tell I'm tired of saying E. D, my bad. Long
Get
day.
you now.
Yeah, I'll
He
be all
gonna
right.
get you.
He gonna get me because he watching. But shouts out to you, D, man. We giving you the first shout out of the night, man. Thank you for everything that you
All
do.
love.
And thank you for everything that you provide for us. So first
Mhm.
shout out goes to you. Second shout out of the night. Gotta go to the super producer, the man that
Who's
keeps
that?
all the technicals running. Without him, everything will crash.
Yes.
Our guy, Mr. Marquise Judge, aka KJ Productions, is in the building. Shouts out to you, Marquise.
Thank you so much, Marquise. We love you.
Much
I
love,
hope you're
brother.
not tired of me yet.
That brother's got a tolerance. I tell you what, he can put up with some stuff. So I mean, hey
I'm
man,
telling
he does it.
you.
He does it. He does
It's
it.
all love. It's all love.
Third shout out of the night.
Who we
Got to
got?
give it to the man behind the merch,
Mhm.
just a super designer. And you know what, man? I don't think he gets enough love because it's not that he just does the merch and the clothing. I mean, he's
Right.
got hats, he does cups. This brother even wraps cars. Like he's all world with what he does.
Listen.
Our guy,
Yes.
Joseph Bernard, JB, aka he gonna be up in the chat, B Nod as he's known.
Come
So
on,
we got to
babe.
give a shout out to him. I got to give a shout out to the audience, to the chat for checking in, spending time with you and I tonight. And last but
Of
not
course.
least, little sis, I got to give you a shout out because,
Me?
like I say, yeah, you know you're gonna get the shout out. The co-host, you got to get the shout out.
Thank
You
you.
hey, you keep it spicy. You keep it spicy. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do what we got to do.
Yes.
So that
Long as
is the
nobody beat me up
business.
after the show. That's it. Just as long as you got my back, Larry, you know.
We good. And right on cue,
Who we got?
we got my baby
Oh,
who when I told her what the topic of the show was, she said, oh, I'm chiming in tonight. So she gonna have some stuff to say. So I'm gonna see how this gonna go. I might be in a little trouble, sis. I might be in a little trouble.
listen. I can't save you on this one, though, bro. I'm letting you know right now. You're kind of on your own, but we'll see. We will see how you play it out. And I might have your back, but I'm just letting you know I might have to sit out on this one. Depends. So
We're gonna see how it goes.
play where it's safe tonight, Larry. Play where it's safe. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
That's all I'm gonna do. So getting into this thing, let's get this thing cranked off. The topic of the night.
Okay.
Don't judge me. As them youngsters say, we listen and we don't judge. But the topic of the night. Get your drink, take a sip.
Oh.
Or let me make sure I say this right, because I don't want to offend everybody. Or some women, keyword some women, too strong that they push good men away. Why are you looking like that?
What's your definition of strong? Like, how? Like, what do you mean? You're gonna have to break this down a little bit because I'm about to put my gloves on just to let you know.
Now, you see, you're supposed to be helping me from my wife.
Okay.
And like I said, y'all about to double team me and all of that. But
because I consider myself a strong woman, a very strong woman.
Okay,
so
that's why I say some. So let me go ahead and categorize it as such. So when I say strong,
it's kind of touching home. Go ahead.
Yeah, when we talked about it, when me and Dee, we all got together and thought about the topic and we talked about it, and I said, you know what? You just got some women out here that are just so aggressive in nature, aggressive in their attitude, aggressive in how they handle men. That is just a problem for some of them to just get men and keep men. So that's what we're talking about when I say strong. Are you that strong that, you know, your aggressiveness in your nature is like pushing good men away? Off. There you go.
So it's like a respect thing. Well, since we put it that way, I think it all depends. Okay. I think it depends on the woman, like her morals, things like that. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I've met women in my life, for example, they might make $100,000 a year, very financially stable, single home, probably raising the kids on their own, doing everything kind of like by themselves, and have the I don't need a man type of attitude, but really do need a man and want a man, but want to come off as if they don't need a man. And I just don't agree with that. You understand? I don't agree with that approach. I need a man. I feel like every woman needs a man. That's just what it is. I don't care if you don't like it. That's facts to me, you know. Or, you know, some people might be, you know, in other type of relationships, they might need another woman. Not judging. But in this situation, as far as with myself and in the relationships I've been in, I would say I need a man, you know, for security, for protection, and things like that. I've been in situations where I made more than my man. However, I still treated my man as a king because I have morals and I still respected him. So I never allow anything that I was going through in my life to take that respect for my man. However, I feel like a strong woman needs a strong man too. Them energies need to match because it's never going to work. You can't have a weak man and a strong woman. I will walk over you. Basically, I've got approached by some men and I'd be like, I can't because you're too weak. Not telling them that, you know, but just knowing myself, like, yeah, you don't really give me that strong, protective man type of energy I need. And I don't want to disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to go ahead and just keep it moving. I'm not going to waste your time. But I really think it just really depends on also the man. Is he secure enough? Is he even going to allow that? Because I met some men, even if I was about to say something or the conversation was going to kind of go left, they would stop me in my breaks like, ho, I'm a real man. We're not even going to even have that type of discussion. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like
that's what they're supposed to do.
It has to kind of do with both of the parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, because with certain women, it's like, why you even, what's wrong? Why do you have an attitude? You know? Because I'm a strong woman. I'm a true definition of a strong woman. I've been on the front line with Jesus himself. You hear me? I'm one of his strongest soldiers. However, I don't allow that to make me mean, you know, and make me aggressive. But however, I just feel like because of the society we live in now, you know, where there are less men living in the household and the women are taking the spots of the men. You know, it could be because your man is locked up, they might have passed away, you know, whatever the case may be. A lot of men are not in the household, so the women are carrying that weight and doing the things that a man would normally do in a household. So some women, not all, are mad. They're angry, you know, and it comes out because of hurt, and it's coming off the same way. Or they have past situations they dealt with men that hurt them, cheated on them. So it's like they don't even know how to approach a man anymore because they've been so damaged. So even though they're strong and they might have a lot to bring to the table, they're damaged women too, you know? So it all depends. Look, your wife talking about some shit. What you talking about shit for, sis? You about to start it already.
I'm waiting. I'm and I'm ready.
You sleeping on the couch tonight.
I will. I know. I'll be down. Hell no. Ain't couch. Shit, not me. I'll say this. Because I can say honestly, I am married to a strong woman. She is definitely a strong woman.
Okay.
But her strength was developed by her upbringing. And it goes back to what you hinted at. Not everybody had that perfect upbringing to where they're happy-go-lucky with everything. Some women are going to be naturally on the defensive. And rightfully so. But at the same time, you got some women that their upbringing, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. With how the parents raise a child, right? Generational trauma. And let's call a spade. You got these single mothers, these older single mothers, who are instilling some of the same toxic traits into these little girls.
Yeah.
And then these little girls grow up with these toxic traits. And by having a lack of no men in the home or seeing the actual relationship to see how a man is treated or how a man treats a woman or seeing what a strong man is, they grow up and they think they can just talk to a man any kind of way.
Any kind of way.
And real talk, no pun intended for the title of the show, A
Yeah,
real man ain't gonna put up with that shit
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
at all.
So they'll leave before the relationship is even started. They
Right.
will leave.
And then you complicate that with they're working, they're independent. Now, one thing I do believe that every woman should do,
Okay.
women should, before they get with that man,
Uh-huh.
women should be able to establish a form of independence. You should be able
Okay.
to do for yourself, provide for yourself, work and all of that stuff.
I agree.
And then when that right man comes along, here we go. This where the shit gonna start.
You say something about the table.
I'm about to say the S word. When that right man comes along, submit. See how you roll the eyes? I'm telling you.
Because it's such a bad reputation on that word. But I feel like, okay, Larry, I feel like we're talking about the same thing, and we both respect that word because I respect it. It's nothing wrong. I'm a very submissive woman, hands down, nothing wrong with that. But I think when we bump heads is the part that like men can be submissive too. And that's the part I just don't agree with. I think they can, but that's another day, another story. However,
yeah.
However, I just really feel like, it's a really thin line with women now. I just think social media, Instagram has really painted this picture where we don't need a man and we could just do everything by ourselves. And it's like, what you gonna do for me? And that attitude, and you ain't gonna talk to me any way you want to. I could pay my own bills. I could do this and da. But sis, it ain't about that. Because you're the same one that's going to be sleeping in the bed by yourself with a drawer full of toys. Hello? Talking about there ain't no good men out here. You just had about 5 of them come past you and talk to you while you was at the grocery store. So there are good men out here, but it's how you approach men too. You have to respect them as well. And men, you have to be secure to handle. Because a lot of things come with a strong woman. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to have some wounds on us. We're going to have been through some things. You're going to have to be able to be emotionally intelligent too, emotionally stable, secure in your own. You're going to have to come to the table with everything, basically, when you're dealing with a strong woman. So I think it just goes both ways. It's like, what is the men doing to feel like they can't handle that strong woman? Because a strong woman doesn't automatically mean you have attitude. All strong women are not aggressive. I'm not,
but notice something though. Here's the thing. Is it me or is that only in our culture? Because I don't see that type of stuff happening with our white counterparts, with our Asian counterparts. Like,
you don't see the attitude, the aggressiveness.
I don't see the challenging of a man. I don't see women challenging men like black women challenge black men. You look at these white couples and stuff like that, there ain't no challenging going on. When you look at Sue Young and Fong Tin and all of that, there ain't nothing going on. They ain't challenging each other. When you look at Jose and Maria, ain't nothing happening, down below the south of the border. It's only with our women. It's only with black women.
This show is called Real Talk, right? So I could be real.
Be real.
How many cases you see with the white women killing the black man?
Quite a few.
All right. So we're going to keep that moving.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hello. Can we talk? Real talk?
Yeah.
But piggyback on what you're saying, though, that is true. And even the Hispanic culture, they're raised to be wives. So even from a young age, I have a lot of Hispanic girlfriends too. They're already preparing the plate for their dads and their brothers, and the women eat last. So it's like, we always have these conversations, but they're like, we have been raised to be wives, not girlfriends. We've been raised to have kids and multiply and take care of our men, our husbands, not our boyfriends, not our baby daddy, but our husbands. So I understand that. So we don't really see that aggressiveness with other cultures as much. Not saying it's not there.
Yeah, as much.
And I just think that as a black woman, we do have that reputation, which is sad, because a lot of the bad apples ruin it for a lot of us. I'm a good girl. Okay, I'm a good girl. I'm a strong, good woman.
It's negative. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you look at how just our people is portrayed, I mean, we already portrayed and demonized as savages. We already portrayed as being uncontrollable, unruly, and stuff like that. I mean, if you look at, and I'll just be honest, speaking from a man's perspective, you do have a lot of men that were raised and they don't know how to be men. They don't understand what manhood is all about. That's why I'm such a proponent of being able to, the village raising, you know, not just the young ladies, but a village being able to put their hand in raising these boys, because these boys need to understand what it's like to become men. And they need to see examples of courtship, marriage, fatherhood, all of that, you know. So,
but right, just like sis just said, a lot of Black women, we are not tolerating because we have been through so much. And I agree, but then it's like that comes off. It's because we've been hurt. And it's because we've had to be the strong person all the time and for so long. And now it's like we don't have tolerance for even the minor things that a man would do. Something that, you know, I guess a Caucasian, Asian, whoever, whatever culture will probably look and be like, oh, it's okay, baby. Would you still like dinner? Are you hungry? And, you know, a lot of us would be like, we about to talk about this. But we're all not like that, though. We're all not like that, I promise you. But it's like we've been through way more than other cultures have. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that their cultures haven't gone through certain things, but we've gone through it. So it's like we're not going to be so lenient with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you're right, Plumber. You're right. We tolerate stuff from the wrong men, but by the time, because we've dealt with so many wrong men, by the time we get to the daggone good men, we're ready to fight. We're ready to argue. And please, guys, let me say this clear. When I say we, I'm just speaking for all the women. I'm not including myself in everything that I'm saying. So I don't want nobody to think like, damn, Shy, your ass aggressive and ghetto as hell. I'm not.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna highlight wifey said, I told hubby I would only be submissive to a man of God. And I gotta give her, she did say that. She did say that, because she'll tell you that at one point we were kind of like, you know, there was a little issue with overtones and attitudes and this and that. Like there was a time where she's just naturally aggressive in nature. And at one point when I was younger, you know, I didn't assert myself as a man like I should have. But as I got older, I had to grow into that role. I had to grow into understanding, because you got to remember, we got married at 21. We got married young. We were kids.
So y'all was real young.
Yeah, we were trying to figure the shit out as we went along in life. But at the end of the day, that is true. You know, if you got a man of God and he's doing what he's got to do and being honorable and respectful, then it should be easier for a woman to submit. Now, on the other hand, sometimes, and I'll just be out, Walmart, grocery store, whatever the case may be. Sometimes I just be seeing some of these women with their men and they just talking down to them like, you know, like it's hard to explain, because I'll be thinking to myself, man, this just ain't right.
The women talking to the men?
Some of the women I see, they talking to the men like they're a child. Like, get over
here. That's not
what
a real man then. She's not dealing with a real man. She dealing with I don't want to say it, but she dealing with a little boy. Because no real man is going to tolerate that shit. I'm sorry. No real man is going to tolerate. It's kind of like, and I don't want y'all to take it the wrong way, but it's kind of like when you get I don't want to make it sound like this, but I'm just going to say it. It's kind of like when you see a baby pup with the mama, right? The baby pup would do all types of things, running around still barking, and the mother's trying to tame. But then when the big pop, the alpha come through, shit shut down. So it's automatically, it's like dealing with an alpha male. They're not going to tolerate no disrespect. I don't care how aggressive, how strong the woman is. They're going to shut that shit down. And it's going to get to a point, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm going to leave. But you know, a woman really likes kind of like that aggressiveness. It's like, it's sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be too disrespectful. But like, who the hell you think you're talking to? It's like, you know.
I've heard that.
They will.
I've heard that And I mean, we grew up in the 90s, and in the 90s, that was always the perception that women like, I hate to say the bad boy, but because I'm not trying to categorize it like men have to be, disrespectful and this and that, but the good guys always, literally like the saying goes, good guys finish last. Now you could be respectful and this and that and flowers and all of that stuff. And women looked at him like he was a simp, but the ones that had the wife beater on and talked rough was a roughneck. I mean, hell, MC Light made a song. Gotta have a rough neck.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like it's like they want like a retired dope boy, now CEO, owning stuff, driving good, financially stable, tall, like like I don't want you in the streets no more, but you not dumb, you smart, we could do whatever type of thing. But it's like when that good man, like, hey, hi Shy, how are you? It's like, oh, no, not me, not saying I'm saying oh no, but the average type of woman, they're like, this is boring, and it's like, girl, you just passed up on a great man, but society had you thinking and wanting different things. I'm sorry. Tupac in a suit.
All right. Tony Supreme. He dropping gems. I gotta highlight this one. Wifey says, when he called my name, I sit my ass down.
Sit down.
Grade A says the average black woman. Grade A. I ain't gonna say nothing. But
okay, so for the men, y'all say y'all want a good woman, right? But y'all, what was the saying? I want a lady in the streets,
and a freak
in the sheets.
Yeah,
it's the best of both worlds type of thing, and women want the same thing. So just coming back to what we're talking about with the topic, it's like all that aggressiveness and women talking to men any type of way. I think it just goes both ways, man. The men got to come and approach the situation a certain kind of way, and so does the women. No woman should be disrespecting a man, and same with men shouldn't be disrespecting a woman. But I can't deal with no weak man, and I'm a strong woman. I'm not even going to tolerate it. Sorry.
Facts.
You got to come to me correct, And
what I'm gonna do right quick, I'm gonna put this link up. The link is right there for anybody that wants to join in the conversation. I know some people, y'all don't like showing y'all face. That's cool. Hit that link and let us know what you think. Because, I mean, Shy got her way of looking at it. I got my way of looking at it. We talking about it. But I want to hear some of what y'all got to say. Because
I bet you everybody's going to say I'm right, though, Larry. I know, like, nobody's going to say they disagree with me. Because I know I'm hitting and spitting facts.
Listen. Not my fellas. The fellas gonna represent. As a matter of fact, right on cue. Looks like we got our first guest. So I'm gonna go ahead on and bring him in the building. He's a friend of the show. He's
okay.
Get ready.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna just how they say, I'm gonna let it percolate.
No.
Coming to the stage.
Come on,
Coming to the stage. The one and only Mr. Grade A Plumber in the building. What up, Grade A?
What's up? What's happening? Chat, what it do? What it do? But I want to ask him a question. Like, what would we do? It would be something terrible if we had damn TD Jakes and Marvin Sapp at offering time when it's time to collect the money.
Okay.
Marvin Sapp gonna be like, no. TDJ's gonna be like, have you ever been swallowed? Marvin Sapp gonna be like, close the doors. Have you ever been swallowed? Both of them niggas is wild, dog.
Listen.
Man.
I hope the lightning don't hit the computer while we on here.
Hey, listen. Hey, it's cool for them, so it's cool for me. It's cool for them, so it's cool for me, dog. Straight up.
What did he say? Have you ever been swallowed?
Swallowed. Yeah, y'all got me into this, man. Look, I'm going ahead.
But no,
Hey,
man, we got to define. We got to what I want. The topic is: do strong women uh do they push away strong
A
men?
good man. Not a
A good
strong
man.
man, good
good
man.
men, good men.
A
A
good
good
man.
man. Okay, a good man. One thing
Yeah.
we got to go back to the strong women back in the day. What defined them as what a strong black woman was. She
Because they're not
cooked.
the same.
They not the same.
Right.
They not the same. So the woman nowadays, the woman back then that defined her as a strong black woman was she took care of the house. She held
Mm-hmm.
it down. She took care of the
Right.
kids. She wasn't working. She wasn't worried about no degrees and how much
Mm-hmm.
money she gonna make. No, she genuinely loved her man, and she let her man go out and get the
Come on.
money.
Exactly.
The woman now, the strong black woman now, thinks that she has to do what the man does. That's
Why?
not a strong woman. You're
But
trying to
why?
because you're trying to take the role of a man. A man's job is to provide. The man's job is to hold it down outside of the house, not the woman. So it's not the man that has well, men have they don't have the mind, and they don't have the role that they did back then, because of men back then, we used our hands, we worked, like we went out and we did it, and we brought home the bacon. We brought home the
True.
bacon.
And all
That's what
men
we
ain't
did.
like that now.
But now you got
That's fire.
niggas. I don't know what they doing, because I don't be
See,
around them. I don't know.
they different now. Just like how you say it was different back then for the women, it's different for the men too. Because
Is
I'll be honest with you, I walked away and turned down good men before, but that was due to dealing with a lot of bullshit from men consistently. And I'm like, I don't know if you got a mask on. I don't know who you are today and who you'll be tomorrow. So I'm not even going to try to figure out, and I keep it moving. So all women, there's still, I was raised by my grandmother. So I'm old school. I got that old school type of thing going on.
right.
Like back in the day, I cook, I
Right.
clean, I provide, I make a house a home. I do all that. You understand?
Right.
But when you're constantly going through bullshit with certain type of men, you get scared and you put a wall up and say, the hell with all this shit. I'm done.
But at what point do you drop the wall?
Hey, that's what I'm saying, because that's the Great Wall of China. That motherfucker,
Yeah.
it ain't long like mileage wise. That been long going up.
Yeah. You gotta drop that wall at some point. I mean, and what I see is a lot of sisters. A lot of sisters are just so naturally defensive. They can have a good man and they still giving them a hard time instead of
because they want that man to pay for everything that every other man has done before him.
Come on, boy.
They still traumatized.
Come on, boy. Yes.
So you're talking about unhealed women.
Yes.
Thank you. All right.
Yes. And they don't even acknowledge what they don't even, honestly, a woman that had done been with the dope boy, a woman that done been with the abusive dude, the woman that done deal with the lazy dude, if she get a man that is the opposite of all that, she wouldn't even know what to do.
So how about the strong men that push away good women?
What about the strong men that push away good women? What you mean? Hold on, you got to explain that.
You beat me to it. I need an explanation too. What you mean?
Yeah, I know you got to explain that.
There's some good men that's been traumatized by women in their past too. It's not just the women that's been traumatized or hurt and damaged. There's some damaged men, like we've talked about before, right, Larry? So there's men out there that's very successful, got their degrees. Some of them don't even have kids, whatever. Nice house, living good, nice cars, traveling, going out the country, and will meet a good woman and be like, I think I'm a kid. I don't know. I want to protect what I got. I'm gonna protect what I built. You understand what I'm saying? And then go move on and be with the white women, or be with the Asian women, or be with the Hispanic women. Look at the NFL players. Look at the basketball players. Right?
I get what you're saying.
Majority of them are with who? Because us women are biting
Wait a
the
minute.
bullet for all the other women that made it
Hold it.
bad for us.
Hold it. I got
But
it.
see,
And then
I
the
got-
ones
go
that
ahead,
actually
Larry. Go
black
ahead,
women-
go ahead, Larry. Go
I
ahead.
gotta come back. I gotta
Hold on, real quick.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on. For the ones who actually are married to a black woman in the industry with the NFL players, the basketball players, they get the most trash talk to them and about them. Look at Sierra and Russell Wilson. Nice, beautiful black family. He's a good man, right? Got a good woman.
Who's the
People still talk shit about him because he's with a black woman. If he was with a white woman, you wouldn't hear that much about that shit.
who's the alpha in that situation?
Sierra.
He is.
Sierra.
Sierra is very submissive in that relationship. You can tell. You can tell.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Sierra's submissive because he's very emotional and affectionate to her, because he's so nice to her. You think she's the alpha in that relationship?
No, because she ain't no grown ass man. I don't give a damn how much money you make finna let his woman walk down no red carpet half naked. Nobody.
Hold up. Time out. Let me say this.
What you mean?
As far as that's concerned, the perception is that Sierra is the alpha.
How?
Because look at what you see. Look, just for what Grade A just said. Look at what you see.
They're in that industry, though. That's a whole nother world.
Man, I don't give a damn about none of that. This is my wife. She don't even need to be on no red carpet. You already know. I'm not.
All right. Let me flip the script then. Let's flip the script. Let's talk about Morris Chestnut and his wife. They've been married 30 years. Let's talk about LL Cool J.
Hold on, he has the black wife, right? Yeah.
He's got a black wife.
Right.
Let's talk about LL Cool J and his wife Simone. They've been together since the 80s. Ice Cube and Kim. They've been together. All right. Do you see any of them women? Do you see any of them women with their men on the red carpet, half-ass naked? No, you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Awards and she had on a skimpy ass dress.
Who?
He did. I remember. I'm gonna look this up.
Please do, because I swear I've never.
But that doesn't make him less of a man.
But when you start talking about strong men, as you alluded to, and you asked us who was the alpha with Russell and Sierra, do you think that Russell is on the same level as being an alpha as an Ice Cube? Is Russell on the same level of being an alpha?
No. Their household under the roof. I don't. But I can tell as a woman that man is a real solid man. He's taking care of a whole other man's child with a smile on his face. Like
Ice Cube doing the same thing because Kim Porter. Look,
always trying to belittle Russell, bro.
I'm not trying to belittle. I'm not trying to belittle Russell. I'm just telling you what I see. And what I'm a real man. Like, I think that I'm a real man, and I'm not finna allow. I don't give a damn what's going on, baby. You're not finna put that on just for these crackers out here. Like, you trying to do all this and all that. No, you're not finna do that. You don't even need them. You don't even need them. You don't need them.
But you know how many women will pass Russell up if they see him? Like, he's too good. He's a goody two shoes. You know how many women missed the opportunity to be with Russell? You know how many women had missed that opportunity of being with a good man just because? Right. Thank you, sis. I love Russell too.
Hey, man, y'all. Hey.
I think. Okay, here's the thing. I think everybody
told me to take this dress off and put on something nice. I would have been in that motherfucker with a suit. My shit would have been all like this. I would have been walking just like a nun.
Here's the thing. Let me say this. I don't think it's so much that people are putting Russell down, and I get what you're saying because I've seen some of what's been said. But when you start talking about and categorizing what is the assertive alpha male, Russell doesn't seem to fit the bill. Now he may be, and he probably is behind closed, but in public he doesn't seem to. And all them other guys I named with their black wives, you can see it. Like you see how you run shit in his house. You see Morris Chestnut run shit in his house. You see LL run shit in his house. It's public and private.
Y'all are seeing what they want you to see. That man Russell prays for his woman. Something that a lot of men don't even do. He protects his woman. He's a provider. He's still a nurturer to her. He looks like I know he's submissive to her as well too. He gives her security. Like, He loves that woman, shows it in public. You never seen him dealing with 5, 6 different women, never seen him in the tabloids, but all these men want to say, oh, he's not an alpha. Because what? Because he hasn't been caught yelling and cursing and rah, rah, rah. Like, no, that's what you consider a good man. Russell,
hold up. Real quick, and we're gonna pick it back up. I just want to shout out my bonus mom, Miss Linda. Thank you for the $10 donor. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
She always blessing us. I love
all
Miss
the
Linda.
time, all the time.
Miss Linda.
The reason why I say he's not an alpha is because your woman is your prize.
Okay.
And you don't put your prize on display for everybody to see.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying I disagree with
that
you.
Part.
However, I just I don't see that making him not an alpha.
So Sean, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold up, Grady. I'm gonna give it back. Let me ask you this.
Okay, bro.
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, who's the alpha?
Hold on.
Gabrielle be clapping cheeks.
Ooh, I think
Gabrielle be clapping cheeks.
Can I be real again? I think Wade a little sweet though. Like
Gabrielle be clapping them cheeks.
I think they got a lot going on behind closed doors. Like, yeah, I don't know about that one.
Gabrielle be clapping them cheeks.
Okay.
Gabrielle be clapping them cheeks.
Let me give you another one. Will and Jada. Who's the alpha?
Jada be clapping them cheeks.
They was just married on the title. They wasn't really. Yeah, nah. I got the best one out of all of them. A lot of y'all women's y'all heroes when y'all were growing up. Oprah and Stedman. Who was the alpha?
Oh my God, bro. Bruh. Oprah be clapping them cheeks.
Let me give you my definition of a celebrity couple that I feel is so balanced, and he allows her to do her thing. He does his thing.
I know who you finna say.
LeBron James and his wife.
Stop it.
Look, man, I don't know them. Look, hold on, wait. I don't know them personally. LeBron James is a great athlete. I like LeBron. He's a great athlete. Other than that, look, your private life, we don't know what's going on in their private life.
Now, that's what I was saying. But the way they handle. Go ahead.
Look, I don't know. For all I know, she could be clapping them cheeks. For all I know.
I don't gotta do that. I know.
Remember now. You just.
I know some people that are with her personally, like every day. So, yeah. No.
Listen,
I'll give the benefit of the doubt on that one. I
feel like the way they handle everything, I think, that's a good definition of an alpha man. You never seen her showing her body off like you said.
Yeah. That's true.
He allowed her to make her money. He still do his thing. He's with the kids sometimes. She's with the kids. They look like a unit. What Kevin Hart say, we need to look like a unit. They look like a unit. I think that's a great prime example of a good man and a strong woman.
I mean, like I said,
I won't argue it.
Like I said, the strong woman from back in the days were defined different as strong women from today's black strong woman. And to me, Savannah is she is a strong black woman. Like she know her role because her man is LeBron James. Yeah. So what do you have to do? Like, what do you have to do? Take care of the kids, take care of the house. If I
are in that man's face. She's definitely a classy, very nice woman. So let me ask you
public figure. He's a public figure.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Have you ever been with a strong woman and dropped the ball?
Like I keep saying, the strong woman from back in the days with different. I've been with a modern, strong black woman. Yes, I have.
Okay. Okay.
Did I drop the ball? No, I don't think I dropped the ball. I don't think I dropped the ball because she's a modern, strong black woman. I'm a traditional, strong black. I'm a hardworking man. I'm a traditional man. I can't like that. Doesn't go together. A traditional, strong black man doesn't go together with a strong, modern black woman. It doesn't. It doesn't go together.
I'll say this, and we got another guest. I'm gonna bring him on. Great, I'm gonna keep you on here with us. But I'm gonna
Yes,
say
sir.
this. I can say this from experience. Okay.
Okay.
Speaking from experience, my wife will tell you, and like I told y'all, she is strong as shit. But I appreciate when she had to check me and let me know some things over the years, because you know what? That made me a better man. So in that case, I have no problem with a woman being strong if she's gonna help me strengthen as a man.
Absolutely.
Larry, that's what I'm talking. A strong woman. I like.
Please don't say bring it
ahead,
to the table. If you say if the woman's bringing something to the table, I will hang up and walk away. Please don't say that.
No. What I was gonna say was I respect a woman that holds a man accountable and speaks to a man when he's wrong. I respect that. I respect that.
It's all about respect. It's all
Yes.
about the respect. So who we got over
Who
here?
we got? We got a new guest.
All right, how you guys doing?
What's good?
My name is Var.
What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Hi,
I'm from North Carolina originally. Reside in GA though. Lovely topic you guys have here. I heard some of the things that you guys were mentioning before I was put on. This is a subject matter of debate, but I believe honestly some of it is based off of strictly timelines.
Okay.
Because it just really it depends on because I put it like this. If you were to go back many years ago, let's say I'm not for sure if you guys ever heard of Queen Khalifa.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Khalifa was a very strong black woman. She ruled many, over thousands, myriads of people. So it's really understanding the definition of the verbiage that we use. Because sometimes we use the word strong. Strong, we have a tendency to put it in a negative light, but strong is actually good sometimes too. Because especially as a man or a woman as well, when you're growing up, you want to get what do your parents tell you when you grow up? Eat your food so you can become strong and healthy. So there's a good side, there's a pro and a con. And then I heard you guys also speak on the subject matter of alpha males. That's a touchy subject when it comes to some people because of the simple fact of I used to cut hair. I used to be a barber, so I've had plenty of barbershop talks, discuss various topics from A to Z. But I'm a person too that likes to research and study and read some things. And there's a guy that used to study wolves, and there was a white guy. I forgot his name, but he published a book and everything. And amongst his study or some of his observation from his study was there was no such thing as an alpha wolf. Now, I understand when people use that term alpha male to what point they're trying to convey, but in all actuality, there is no alpha wolf. There is no leader of the pack. Actually, the stronger, older wolves, they are in the back. They're watching out for everyone else. So sometimes we, in today's society, when a lot of people are using psychological terms and narcissists and your gaslighting and all these other things, they're using them out of context. So there's not a worldwide mark or worldwide meter that we have to follow. So some of these subject matters are up for gauging whichever way you want to look at it. I heard a fella here speak all three of you guys. Well, it depends on how you were raised, saying your lifestyle, you were based off all of those things too. So that makes a difference. And the thing is, really, where do you come from? See, we as humans, we can only go so far. We can only go as far as what we've been shown or what we've seen. So then we might get older and say, hey, listen, I want to get treated this way, or I expect this because I've seen someone else do this. I've seen someone else do that. But in all actuality, we're chasing after someone else's pleasure, not our own pleasure. So knowledge of self is the key. If we have knowledge of self, then we can continue on the progress and go on the path that's going to be beneficial for both parties. But as long
So,
as we
so,
sit
so let me
here,
ask you. I'm sorry to cut you off. So let me ask you something. So have you ever walked away from a strong woman, and have you felt like, okay, yeah, you're doing too much, or it's too much going on with the woman? Like, have you been in that situation before? Can you
this
really
is
relate?
well, I'll put it like this.
You
Let me
thinking
say,
on it.
hold on real quick. Let me say this.
No,
I'll
like
put it,
seriously, because like
no, for
I
real,
know, I
because
know, I know all three of y'all have dealt with a situation, I guess, similar, and be like, the hell with this, I'm gone. She tripping, or she too
well,
much. She got like
it's like this in my opinion.
he had to
Um,
walk away.
we're humans and we're adults. So adult comes from the root word adapt. So
Okay,
we have to learn to adapt to some subject matter or form situation. We have to adapt as an adult. Now, a
okay,
kid, what does a kid do? Throw a temper tantrum. Ah, don't want to do this. Don't want to do that. You know.
Hmm.
okay.
So, but you have to realize who you're dealing with, and then the person's mental capacity. All these things are, these are so many bullet points that fall under the umbrella or the spectrum of strong or the subject matter that we're talking on. But it's just a matter of once again having knowledge of self and being able to realize, listen, I'm a man, she's a woman. They have certain women have certain tendencies, men have certain tendencies.
Right.
So with having an understanding as a man and have a tendency to lean more towards logic and reason, you will
Hmm.
have to incorporate your
Have
systematic
you
approach to a woman.
have you dealt with a strong woman and
Oh, I
walked
forgot
away?
about that.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, for real. Cause I
Yeah.
mean, strong, modern strong and traditional strong is two different
It's two
strong.
different
I'ma
Yeah.
just
things.
say
So
so
that.
you
so
dealt
Facts.
with
Facts.
quote
So to
unquote
answer
how
the
you would
question,
say is
yes,
a
I
strong
have.
woman,
Yeah, yes, I have.
and you
To
walked
answer,
away.
we
Yeah, because
came
I guess
upon
you're
an
not with it
agreement.
now, right?
We came upon an agreement.
Oh my God, you one of them. You one of
No,
them.
no, listen, because
I mean, was she? Hold on. Was she a traditional strong black woman, or was she a modern
Modern.
strong black woman?
a mixture of both. Because that's
Oh
why.
my God,
Listen, that's
you
why I spoke
can't.
earlier about the timeline. That's why I mentioned the
Making a drink.
timeline because you have to understand. Like, say for instance, my age bracket. I'm born '77. I come from upbringing
Amen.
with a
Right. You.
grandfather, a grandmother, a great
Yep.
grandfather, and they got teachings from the 1800s. You
Right.
understand
Yes.
what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Yes.
what I grew up in my household stemmed from the 1800s. Some people have a tendency to carry that on, and some people have to say, or some people have a tendency to say, I don't want to do that no more. I should do it like this, or I should do it like that. So that's why I say, as an adult, you have to learn to adapt. And
So
we're only
yeah.
going to deal with.
Go ahead. Finish what you were
No, go
saying.
ahead. What you were saying. I was going to
No.
say, and
So basically, the woman, since you were raised a certain type of way under a traditional philosophy, meaning some would call it ancient. That's
Mhm.
where the divide was at with the woman.
Yeah, because if you look back, if you go down the timeline and see where or notice where the change came into play, it came into play like the late '50s, early '60s. The feminist movement started getting pushed, equal rights, and all these things of that nature. So we have to look at what society, the toll that society has played on, especially the black household. The black mothers, the black fathers, the black kids as well too.
Mhm.
But this is a systematic approach. This is something that was started. What we're experiencing now is what they wanted. This is part of the end result. So we have to be aware of how we're being attacked. To be honest with you, and we all have to
I
take
understand that.
accountability.
I do
I
too.
understand that, but on real talk, we deal with solutions.
That's right.
Hmm.
We know
Mhm.
what's been done. We know what's been done. So let's deal with this. How do we get to traditional men dealing with modern women on a certain level? That's basically what the conversation is about. I know you got your hand raised. What you got your hand raised for? What you got to
Because
go say what you
I'm a
gonna say?
traditional woman, but I'm also a modern woman. I would say I'm the definition of a strong traditional modern woman, though.
I tell you what, real quick, Shy, because it ain't right. It ain't right. You just repping for the women. You're one woman.
Yeah, because it looked like we in WWF, we in WWE, and we just tagging each other in, and we dropping elbows on them. We got damn drop kicking them. God damn, where everybody at?
Let me highlight. I'm gonna highlight this. Right here. Hold up. Let me go back up here. I want to highlight.
I had to get my Hennessy.
Take a sip. I want to highlight. Shouts out real quick to my guy Terry Ware, author Terry Ware Sr. This is a good point. I was looking at this while the conversation was going on. He says, I've walked away from a strong woman, but it wasn't because of her strength. It was because I was immature at that stage of my life, and I was equating love to something it wasn't. I had to learn. Follow up what love truly was, but we're still friends to this day. That's nuggets right there. That's nuggets. What's up, Chris Kane? What's up with you, bro? That is nuggets.
Well, that's accountability from his perspective. That's accountability on his behalf.
And guess
that's accountability.
That's what a real man does.
Knowledge yourself.
Yeah, that's a fact. When he grows up, see, like he said, he fumbled because he didn't understand and he didn't know what was going on. This is the woman that I need, but he didn't even know that until later on, till he grew up.
Right.
So tell me this. Why don't y'all have a strong woman in y'all life right now? Are y'all single? Are y'all in a relationship? What's going on with y'all situation?
Mr. Pillman, go ahead and answer the question.
That's clearly a question for Mr. Pillman.
This ain't for you.
Listen, y'all don't want to see y'all. You don't want to see y'all hoes get his ass whipped on live. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna sit back. Go ahead,
Mr. Pillman, please.
No relationships.
Well,
where's y'all good modern traditional woman?
I'm in pursuit of what I believe is a traditional modern day woman. Because times change. Like I say, that's why I use the word adapt. We have to adapt to a certain extent. And not saying this person is right or this person is wrong, because I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say, for instance, a man gets cheated on. He might love that woman so much that he forgives her. And guess what, baby? We're gonna work it out. But put the shoe on the other foot. I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying this is reality based.
Yeah, because man, you cheat on me, man, I'm out of here, man. Like, ain't no need me to stay around here no more. You already gave up the good to somebody else.
If the shoe on the other foot, you're going to turn into Catherine Jack. You're a liar. I don't want you no more. I don't want you no more.
For real.
Go ahead, Mr. Phillips.
Yeah, but with the example I was giving, a man might take her back versus a woman might say, you did this, I'm out. I'm taking everything, the house, the car, the kids, whatever. So it's just really, sometimes it falls into an individual situation, I believe, because if we try to set a standard or a meter for everyone, who's going to hold that standard? Who's going to be the one to govern it? Who's the governing body to make sure, hey, listen, you're doing this, you're not doing this, for us to try to find a solution. I hope we could one day. I will most definitely talking about it and putting the subject on the table is going to help improve things or what one person or the next person might be going through. I believe that 100%.
So you said yes or no. You said yes or no. You got somebody that I'm in active pursuance of a traditional.
So you found somebody. You actually found.
Okay.
So what makes her traditional and modern? Like explain how she is. Like
upbringing. Whenever I'm in pursuance of somebody, I'm gonna find out, what type of relationship you have with your mother, your grandparents, those type of things.
Your dad, especially with a woman, you got to find out if her dad was around. Did she have any uncles? Was she molested as a kid? Because a lot of these women, I've met a lot of women in my life that have been touched by. Right. Yes. They've been molested, and they have that secret. It's something inside of them that don't really trust a man like that because they've been they've been molested by the men that's closest to them, that's supposed to
Right,
take
Yeah.
right.
care of them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? So when you say a lot of what you say when you're doing background checks, you got to do as a man, you got to do background checks, so you'll know what some of the energy is coming from this woman.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you
Mhm.
something else. I have is a question I propose. Uh, have you ever been prescribed any psychotic medication? I'm serious. Like, cause listen, you can ask somebody, "Do you take any crazy meds?" And they
That
might
is
not lie
so
to you. They be like, "No, I
true.
don't take it." They be like, "No, I don't take no crazy
I
meds.
was
I don't
prescribed
care if
it.
you don't take it. I need to know if you've been prescribed it before."
But
Okay,
yeah, that's a
yeah.
fact.
Oh,
That's a
That's
yeah.
fact.
that's
And then
part of
you
the
learn
courtship
and you
these days.
deal.
You got to find out if they're on crazy meds. I mean, goddamn, I know I've been
Hey,
married a long time, but
Hey,
shit, the
listen.
game
hey,
is
Larry,
changing.
we got to find out. We got to find out if a nigga gonna get his dough kicked in and all
And
kind
listen,
of
for
shit.
real, seriously, seriously. I'm
Hey,
not gonna lie. Listen,
Mhm.
I was on a date one time, this some years ago, and I asked a young lady that, and we were having dinner. I lost my appetite when she gave the answer. I was like, oh, but I mean, just to know, because I know the end result of that. Like, I've had somebody flip out before, and I'm like, I don't want to do that no more. Like, yeah,
Right.
yeah, but I mean, hey, okay, actively, I'm single. I'm single, and that's all
Okay.
I'm gonna say. That's it.
yeah.
I'm single.
Okay, hold on. You can't just say you single
That's
and think that's
that's
going
his
to be the end
story,
of
and
the
he's sticking to
conversation
it.
and the sentence.
What you
So
what
have you?
what?
So what was your experience when you met your strong woman and you walked away? Have that been the case?
No,
Is
no,
that
it was
going on now?
she walked away.
You ain't
She
shit.
walked away.
You ain't shit.
She
A
she walked
strong
away.
woman walking away from
She
you.
she walked away, but she tried to come back.
Mm,
That says a lot
I
right
don't
there.
know what you said.
That's it.
mm.
That say a lot right there.
Can I,
That
this
say
is
a
real
lot right
talk,
there.
right? This is real talk. This is real talk.
This is real
Can I be
talk.
real with you?
Be real.
9 times out of 10, when a woman experienced a man and walked away but came back, they was doing something well, and they didn't want to leave that behind. It don't mean that you a good man. They just probably want that old thing back.
Ooh, we about to
Man,
go to
listen.
another notch. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Man, listen. Look. Like if you leave and
Uh-huh.
you find something better,
Uh-huh.
but then you try to come back, like it ain't nothing. I'm still been doing the same thing I've been doing. So everything is gonna enhance. By you being gone, it's only gonna go up by you being gone.
How?
So what you mean how? With me it is. I don't care. I don't know what you got going on with whoever you got going on, whatever y'all
So
got
why
going
did you
on.
take her back though? So why did you end up taking her back?
Why didn't I
She knew
take
how to
her back?
swallow.
Because I
Swallow.
felt
How you
like
say that? Swallow.
I felt like I was being played with, and as a man, don't no man like to be played with at
So you
all.
go back to her,
Huh?
and you went back to her.
No, I didn't. No, I
Oh, so you
didn't.
didn't take her back,
No, I didn't go back.
but she was a
No, I didn't
strong
go
woman.
back. She was a strong, modern woman. Yes.
You keep
Wait a
saying
minute.
this modern.
I keep saying modern because of the simple fact that
I don't know,
modern
Larry.
women.
You need to take your men in the corner and talk to them because
No,
I
because
can't
the
leave you
reason why I put the
alone here.
modern in is the reason why I put the modern in is because these women, they think that they need to go out, they need to make all this money, they need to rule, they need to have control over the house, they need to have control over everything, but you don't need the control.
Mm.
We are
The
living
funny thing
together.
about that is the only thing men want is love, true, genuine love and respect. The
The same thing
degrees,
we
the
got from our
money.
mama, but the same love that we got from our, but it's different. It's a love, but it's different. It's different. It's a different
It's
type of
the
love.
modern side coming out. The modern side of me about to come out. Go ahead, finish
Hey,
saying
you
what you were
you you
saying.
you you sipping a little bit too much. I can see it's brewing. It's
Cause
boxing
like
gloves is
this
on.
is crazy.
Yeah, because she taking these licks by herself.
Yeah,
This
she
is
needs some help.
crazy.
I didn't
Child, you
shoot no
better
shots. No, I didn't shoot
hey,
a shot.
Look at you. This is crazy, y'all, because like I just don't understand
I just
how
shooting the shots.
y'all really,
My clip is
and
epic.
I'm saying y'all, and this is majority men, how you guys really put a label on strong women, and they're like, and you're like, okay, you're modern traditional, you're this and that. It just sounds like you guys want your cake and eat it too type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But this you, and I'm not saying, but listen, this because strong is looked at so negatively. You know what I'm saying? It's looked at so negatively. And it's
Because
not a bad thing because I'm a strong woman. I'm a true definition of a strong woman. And I'm not aggressive. I'm not disrespectful. And it's like
because the reason why we look at strong black women a little different because we know what strong black women were. The
or how about what
definition.
they come with? Do the strong women make you accountable for things?
Yes.
So that's the issue then.
No, but hold up. I think what Grady, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what Grady is going is this. Most men were raised by strong black women.
Okay.
Therefore, they recognize the qualities in strong black women. So when it's time for us to go out into the world to find who we're going to deal with, we're looking for something similar to what we were raised with from our mamas.
Right. To a certain extent.
Yeah. To a certain extent. Because put it to you like this. Flip the script. Just like daddies are there for the daughters. Right. You have an example of what a strong man is if daddy was there.
Right.
So if daddy was there, the optimum example is for you to go out and try to find a man that has qualities similar to your daddy. Because that's what you saw, or whatever positive uncle, grandpa, whatever positive male role model you saw. But on the flip side, when you have your auntie, your mama, and all of this stuff like that, it's got to be a strong quality, that's similar. And look, shout out to Carisha. I see Carisha up here. Carisha,
so your woman wants to be like your
listen. See, Carisha, every time I go to Atlanta, I go by Devin. We have a U-Talk bash. Carisha always thought.
No, that's not true. That's not
true.
That's not true.
Because when I tell a man that I can cook, they always be like, "You could cook? You could cook?" Like, I don't understand that. But that's sis, they do. They do.
You know what? Damn that. You need some help, Shine. Carisha,
come on.
Hit that link. Hit that link, Carisha, and come on up in here because I
come on here. Yeah, because she got lumps on her right now. Her eyes swole, lip swole.
Got that I did a mean uppercut like 2 minutes ago. You got me messed up.
No, I'm just messing with you, man.
So real quick. The link is up. I'm gonna see if Carisha gonna try to come and help you out, Shy. Because right now you need some female help. Because the fellas, we just dominating as always.
Listen.
I ain't even said nothing yet.
And look, we about to come to you right now, Chris. We about to come to you right now, Chris. We about to come.
I'm good.
All right. I just want to hear some female representation. I want to hear other than Shy. I want to see.
I do.
Yeah, I want to see this stuff.
We want to hear what the women got to say because of the simple fact that we want to understand.
Yeah,
we want to understand. We want to understand. Just like y'all say, oh, we want a submission man. Okay, well, where y'all at to talk? We don't hear you. We don't hear. We all ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
you ain't saying nothing. And one thing I say about all the women want men that are great communicators. They want men that are emotionally intelligent. But men, we want women that know how to communicate. Women are not good communicators as much as you think they are. They're not good communicators.
Let me think on that. Go ahead. Let me think.
All right, time out. You
go ahead, Chris Kane.
Real quick. Let me bring him.
No, huh?
I'm gonna bring him in. Let me bring him in right. Coming to the stage.
Flag on the play.
coming to the stage. Hold on. God damn it. Baby, why don't you hit the link and come on? Let's go ahead on. Let's go head to head on this thing. Since you up
Larry
here
about
talking
to
about
be on
lies.
Let's go. Let's turn up.
Come
Let's turn
on
up.
up in here. I'm gonna show you what a strong man is, baby. Come on up in here. I'm gonna show you what time of day it is.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, while I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen, Chris, what's up, bro? Bringing you in there. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Man, it look like
on the couch. You hear me?
I ain't even
Man,
been
it
in
look
the
like my boy
house
in the
in
6
4
by 9 right
hours,
now.
dog. I haven't been in the house 4 hours. I just tuned into the show, and all hell done broke loose.
Keep fucking with me. Keep fucking with me, Kay.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you from a self experience. Me personally, now grade A, I don't know about anybody else. I could just speak for me.
Okay.
In my household, my wife is a huge communicator. That is very big with her. You know what I'm saying? You have to communicate. This woman is a very strong woman. Okay, matter of fact, we just got in the house from coming from seeing my mama, and this girl been grinding, doing all of this stuff. She just got an award, and I am proud to say I'm very proud of her because she got her teacher certification for the state of Georgia, where she's going to come up with a curriculum where everybody in the state of Florida will be taking from her format.
Mm.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like this, like for real, like this shit is huge.
Yeah.
All I did was throw my hands up. That's all I could do. I couldn't really do it because I was eating.
Salute.
But the thing is like she's a huge advocate in communication. And that was one of the things that I lacked because I didn't communicate much because of who I was with. And it was just like, okay, this is what you want to do? Okay, well, fine. All right, we just roll with it. But over the course of time, it's like, nah, let's try to do something different. Try to be more of an advocate. And then the woman that I'm with is a strong woman. The woman who I was with before was strong, but the problem is that she was strong to the point where she hung that shit over my head. See, that's the problem. See, you can make all the money you want, okay? And just like I told my wife here, I said, I don't care how much money you make. You can make 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 a year, whatever the case is. I got to be able to make my own because I can't be the type of person to just sit around and wait for your paycheck to see what we gonna do. Right. Okay, you can take care of me for the rest of your life. I was always taught. I don't care if you make 200,000 or 300,000. I make 100,000. We got 400,000 or 500,000 together. Whatever we have, because at any point in time, that woman could be sick of your shit and tell you to get out. And why? Because she holds the keys to the kingdom. Because you ain't the king. Because you ain't the king that's supposed to be wearing that ain't fit to wear the crown.
So, Kane, so you're telling me that in your life that you've actually walked away from what I guess y'all consider a strong woman before?
I did. I did. Yes, I have. I've walked away and never looked back. Because once I walk away from you, that's it. Because see, me being the type of person that I am is like I'm a very supportive person. I'm a strong person, but I'm more supportive. Like I'm very supportive of my wife, of what she does, and every aspect of what she's doing. So that I'm talking about you. So basically, what it is that this is my people from Utah. Yeah, I ain't gonna put you on camera. Nah, I ain't gonna put you on camera. Nah, but what I'm gonna do is
you might as well, because guess what? I got mine on camera. Help me.
You got well, I put you on there for a little bit, so you can say
hello.
Yeah.
How are you all doing?
What's going on? What's going on?
This is like a 10-minute delay, a little bit of the case. Okay. Yeah.
But no, y'all. No, bring her back. Bring her back.
All right. I got you. All right.
Yes,
but y'all been talking too much trash up in here, talking about this and that.
But my whole she heard me talking. But the thing is like
you're scared.
I'm to the point of where it's like I support whatever that she has, but she doesn't hold that over my head. Okay, it doesn't work like that.
Kane, you're
Huh?
still identifying strong as something negative though, and
Oh
that's
no. It's not that. It's not that. It's a strong woman I don't have a problem with. Do not have a problem with. My mother is a strong woman. My sisters are strong women. My aunts were strong women. I was raised around that. So I'm all for that. Because what I look for in a woman is the person who is what I want to find from what I was raised from. You see what I'm saying? That's what I consider, because they didn't put up with no shit. They didn't take no shit, and they're gonna tell you what it is, front to back, however you like it. You can take it with straight, with no chase. They don't care. Okay, but the truth is the truth. The truth is not meant to coddle your feelings. The truth is for it to be known. You know what I'm saying? But it goes both ways. Okay, because I'm to the point of where I'm supposed to be the man of the house. It's God, the man of the house, my wife, and everything else. I'm supposed to be her covering. So I have to be, she's my helpmate. She's not supposed to be the man of the house where I'm lacking at. She's supposed to be my helpmate to help me uplift.
But that's the thing though, Kane. That's the thing. A lot of women in today's society, that's not the setup. It's supposed to be that way, the traditional way. And no, and
it's not
100% me.
Excuse me.
Listen.
Express.
Look, we got married men and women having opinions when they're already coupled and they done found their peace. We need more single people that are out here experiencing things. You guys are not experiencing it. Y'all married. Y'all got everything. Y'all got everything together.
That's a lie. You still experience the things as you married. It doesn't like you gotta realize as a married couple, you still going at each other and you still have things. Things are ever changing. It is no such thing as just a single people, baby. Marriage just like it's not easy. It's a lie.
I get that. But you're together. You're working it out together.
Yes, we are together. But you have to also realize there's a medium in between all of that.
Mm-hmm. It's a give and take.
Yes.
It's a give and take when it comes to that.
At the end of the day, you having somebody and working things out with that somebody you're with, and not having somebody and trying to get somebody to work something out with, that's two totally different things. I'm just saying now.
Now let me ask y'all this though. Okay, so what about if you were the type of man that sees this woman? She's a strong woman. She can hold her own. She has a backbone. She's not gonna let nobody talk to her crazy. She ain't gonna do nothing like this. But then it comes to the point in time when you get ready to pop the question and you get ready to build this life with her that she so-called wants. What about if she ducks out? And it ain't who you think it is.
What she duck out?
Bye.
Mm-hmm. What if she duck out? You know what I'm saying?
Bye, right? What you mean?
Right. Now, here's my point.
We done invested all this time to get to a certain point. Now you want to throw all this away?
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely buy to you. Definitely buy.
Okay. But see, that's my whole point. It took time in order to do that because I knew what I wanted. I knew who I wanted, and I knew what grounds that I stood on. So I had to find the type of person that's going to meet me or have those type of credentials the same way that I had to meet them. Now, there had to be tweaks. You have to tweak some things. Of course you do. But it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? The same way that I went ahead and I just drove 6 hours there and drove 6 hours back from Florida is the same way that I went ahead and went to the store and she took all my clothes out this damn thing and washed all them damn clothes. Okay, and mopped the floor and did everything like that. And she wanted me. She asked, "Do you want me to go to the store for you? Because you've been driving and this, that, and the third." See, that's the type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Not to the point of you drove. Well, you got to go to the store. You know, we got to go get this, well, baby. Could you go to the store with? I ain't going to no store. Why? Y'all don't go to no store. This, that. We don't deal with none of that. You see what I'm saying?
So, do you feel you, Grade A and Kane? Y'all feel like y'all are considered a good man? It's just yes or no. Do y'all consider y'all to be a good man?
Yeah.
So any okay, go ahead, Grade A. Do you consider to be
I'm
a good
I'm a
man?
I'm a delusional human being, so I might say that I'm a good man. I'm a good man, but at the same time, hey, somebody might say, "Oh, nigga, you a piece of shit."
But see, here's the thing, no grade A. It don't matter what everybody else say. It just matter what that one say. And
Yeah,
when that
that's a
one,
fact.
you ain't, and
That's
just
a
like I said
fact.
before, and I said this on the shows before, you don't have to be perfect for everybody. You just got to be perfect for the right
For the
one. You got to
one,
be
for the
you got
right
to be
one.
imperfect for the right one. See,
Like I'm
Right.
perfect
it's
for
a
this one
difference with
right
that.
here.
Yeah,
Hey,
and that fool in there. That fool in there. Okay, watching first 48. Y'all pray for me.
I bet you will say that she in the room. Say why
How
she
you
in the
think
room.
I feel?
And then,
I'm married to
and
the
then
Lord.
say why she in the room.
hey, Chris Kane, you need to check her Google search and see if she's searching out how to kill her.
Oh, I did that already. I did that already before we started dating. I did that
I be
already.
watching first 48 and snap. So please don't try this.
Like shit. Hold on.
I done did all that.
First 48 and snap. The best shows ever.
Hey, don't be
Yeah.
giving.
Oh, man,
No, because
hey, man.
I done already did that. See,
You
the
need to do
thing
it. You need
is,
to
see
do
what?
it every day. Every day.
Oh no, every other day. But see, what you not gonna do is sneak me, okay? Because I stay ready. I don't have to get ready. I stay ready, okay? So what you not gonna do is, and you got to learn. And in marriages, honestly, you got to learn. Honestly, all joking aside, you got to learn to find out when it comes to different. When you have a difference of opinion, you got to find out which way is the best way. It don't have to necessarily be your way. It don't have to necessarily be her way. But if y'all come to a meeting, y'all come to the middle and y'all figure out what is what. You come to find out, well, this could be another solution. You can't just be headstrong and stubborn with certain things. See, that was
What
my
does that
thing.
have to do with dating a strong woman?
Yeah, because they're not
That
dating. They're married. They're not dating. They're
they
married.
some of them are some strong
See, Grade
women
A a little,
are
yeah, you
strong.
very delusional. Very.
See, but
They-
see, there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with dating a strong woman because dating a strong woman, and I'm gonna be honest with you,
Okay.
that's a hell of a foundation to build an empire with.
Now
Because
that's true.
you gotta have a strong
Positive way,
foundation.
That is fact.
And
positive
that's
way?
a get
Okay.
when you go from having a strong foundation to having a strong helpmate, to having a strong woman, a strong fiance, a strong wife, a strong mother. All of that builds, and that builds an empire where we fall at because we get. And I'm not just saying it's all men or it's just all gay men, but when we go out here, we do and we deal with a lot of shit. Not saying that women don't, because they do too.
Big facts. Big facts. That's
But
big facts.
but what I'm saying is sometimes we make mishap or we make drop the ball on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having a woman say, "Damn, you just did this, that, and the third, and da 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 da," and all it. Mind you, now she ain't asked about how your day was. They don't know what the hell could have happened. You could have got shot. Your goldfish could have died. All this shit could have happened. You don't know what could have happened.
Very
But
good.
it's to the point of where. But it's to the point of where she comes in. What's wrong? That it's the simple thing. Let me see what's going on with you. Let me
But
see what do you need. That's the
but
strong part about it. That's the
before it
supportive
even
part of it.
gets to that part, though, like I think y'all missing a
Mm.
point. Before it even gets to that level of the intimacy and y'all living together and things like that, it's the fact that strong women, so called, as you would say, push good men away, right? Because that's what y'all say.
That's
And
I
and
mean,
let's go back. Let's get back down to that.
that
Let's get
I,
because
back
at the
down to
end
that.
of the day,
I,
I disagree. I agree to a certain extent because all strong women are not this aggressive, rah rah rah, mean type of person that you guys are portraying that we are. Everyone's not like that. I'm not saying you saying that, Grade A, but I'm just saying like this modern traditional woman that is just like best of both worlds. You've been raised by your grandmother. You're not a cook and clean and make a house a home, and you're submissive. Y'all talking about all these things that you guys want from a woman, right? But what make y'all a good man? What makes y'all really a good?
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what you gotta look at. What you have to look at real quick though. You gotta look at what stage in life the man is as far as where he's at. Does he know what he wants? Does he know who he is? Does he identify and has he established his identity? And most men don't do that. Therefore, they may be easily pushed away if they haven't gotten there. Whereas if they have established themselves and know their identity, they ain't putting up with no shit.
That's what I was saying. No real bullshit. I'm sorry.
Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul. He used to always say, a man, his age, everything is like age appropriate. He used to say everything is age appropriate. There's certain things, there's certain places you should be at when you turn a certain age, because that shows your progression. It's all age appropriate. Everything is age appropriate. At 40 years old, it's what are you doing at the JIT club at 1 o'clock in the morning? What are you doing at 40? What are you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you trying to recapture?
But that doesn't show anything about your maturity as a man.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So at certain age,
we got a counteracting point. Say what you just said.
Yeah, but have everybody ever thought about that strong women don't want to be strong? That some of us want to be led? But if we see that you're constantly dropping the ball on a regular basis and we got to fill in, and then you feel offended because I'm picking up where you left off. But do you realize that when you're with somebody that is strong, they're not going to let you fall, and they're not going to let us fall. And it's not trying to intimidate the man. But a lot of women want to be led, because we've been married going to be 27 years. And then I told him I could not be submissive to a man that was not of God. And the reason why I told that to him is, if you can't pray for us when we're going through stuff or just keep on lead, I need you to lead, but I need you to lead me correctly. I'm not going to be submissive to you if you're not going to go follow God. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get
listen, we're not going to bring God into this now. We're not going to do that.
But real talk, and I'm going to say something and I'm not just saying that because she's here. I had to dig myself as a husband, because I didn't realize how important God was in the foundation of a marriage. I was stuck on trying to do everything myself, and I wasn't pretty much trying to rely and let God take care of stuff. In other words, she'll tell you, I had a hard time letting go and letting God. And she had to help me realize that I had to get my faith stronger, which in turn makes our marriage stronger.
Oh man.
Hey, with me,
I'm like, I really do have been more inclined to like say, if he say, hey, we're not doing this, guess what? We're not doing this. And the old me would be ready to buck. But I realized that my way is not always the right way. And I'm okay with that. And that's just basically what it is. Strong women change for the right man.
I think like this right here, right? I think God has nothing to do with who we are as humans. It plays effect when we say God and we attach ourselves to all of this other stuff. But at the end of the day, you can be a piece of shit in the pulpit. You can be a piece of shit at the mosque. Period.
That's fact.
So this is stuff that we attach ourselves to. If show me where the genuinely good human people are. Show me where they at. I'm gonna go hang with them. That they're not attaching themselves to everything around them. Where are they? Because now you don't have nothing to hide behind. You are your raw self.
Right.
That's it.
And I'm gonna tell you something. With me, I had to be in church more. I never used to like to go to church because of not the fact that I didn't love God or anything, because I grew up with knowing that I'm a very religious person and everything else like that. It was just the foolery that was going on in the church that I wasn't fooling with. So when I met the right one, so I would read and I would do my own, doing my own thing. And I would do that on my own. But when I met a woman that I could actually help me understand more of what I believe in, I beat her to the church. You know what I'm saying? Because I have somebody that actually taught me more, not to pray, but the right way to pray. How I had to let things go and how I had to let God come and step in. How I had to do those strong points that where I lacked that, where she showed me that make me better than what I am. Because me, back in the day, I'd be done kick your fucking teeth in your mouth. Jeez. Okay, and keep on walking. Because I'm gonna bust your ass. Like that's who you know what I'm saying?
That's who you
but
that one thing
but see,
that's who you
the
were.
Thing is,
that's who you were.
Right. That's who I was. But here's the thing. But because of me being with the person who I'm with, I'm not gonna do that to everybody, because you have to think about it. And here's all that you have, and this is all she had to say. You stoop down to their level and something happens to you, you'll have more to lose than they will gain. You lose everything that you have. You lose your family, your wife, all of this stuff, because you be in a place where you don't want to be at, because you let your temper and you let your emotions get the better of you. Now, exactly. Now, don't let that smile fool you now. Don't let that smile fool you when y'all seen her and she was doing that. Don't let that innocent shit fool you. Right. Okay, she's from Jersey. Okay, she will whoop ass. She was in whoop ass mode all weekend, just in case. Okay, but she knows how to channel it. That's why you have to do certain things for certain with certain situations. You let go and let God deal with certain situations. Okay, that's what I had to do. And I had to not be so vengeful. I had to learn how to not be so vengeful and so bound to not letting the past go. I had to learn how to do these type of things. She taught me how to do these things. Let me stop. But that made me better.
Let me stop
as a person.
Now. I want to highlight this comment right here by Brother Terry right here. And this is very, very, very important right here. Check this out. I found myself in the midst of a broken marriage, not in the church, but in God himself, simply because I wanted to be different. I wanted to see different and be different. And I only became who I am because of him. So you gotta have it. You gotta have that. And shouts out, man, on the mission, Boosie. What's up? Without solid foundation, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Boosie right.
That is facts. You gotta have that foundation. It's just like if you build a house. If the house ain't on a good foundation, first hurricane, boom, it's gonna crumble.
Exactly. And that's the thing about it. And that's the whole thing. And that's why I've been married. I've been with this woman for 10 years. I've been married to her for 9. Okay. Right. This is what, and I had to go through those things. I had to go through those building points, because a hurricane that happens, this thing called marriage is a hurricane. No pun intended. But you got to work at it, and you got to have somebody willing to work with you with it. Right. I'm telling you, you can't be in a marriage by yourself. But that's where them strong points come in at. Well, that's where you have to agree to disagree, but you do it to a certain extent. I ain't got to sit here. I'm gonna tell you something, Sha. I don't have to sit here and agree with everything you say and become your yes man. But I don't have to disagree with everything you say because it came out of your mouth either.
Right.
Because you a woman. You see what I'm saying? I will agree if it makes sense. And if everything that you say makes sense, then I'm gonna agree that it makes sense. Now, if I'm like, well, you know what? What about this? Or what about that? And I'll bring it to you. If you're to the point of where you're not stubborn and you can be more flexible as far as seeing it, well, Chris was right, or this, that, and the third. Well, maybe we try it this way, and you get the result that you want. See, that's the type of thing that we deal with. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of foundation, because I don't have to necessarily disagree with you and be disrespectful.
All right.
I ain't never called that woman out of her name. Never. And I will not call her out of her name, and I will not let another nigga call her out of her name.
That's right.
Or nobody else. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that. 100%.
You see what I'm saying?
I appreciate you calling in.
Yes.
And giving us all the good juice for the night. We're gonna definitely let you go so another caller can come in. But I appreciate you as we always do every time you call
absolutely.
Yes,
All right,
We appreciate y'all.
Hey, appreciate you, big dog.
No problem. And by the way,
give them the plug, Chris. I was just about to tell you, we thinking alike. Let them know.
By the way, April the 11th.
What's going on?
The ass whooping of the year is gonna happen.
What you talking about?
on Utah. See, this is real talk.
This is real.
We're gonna do this thing.
On this very platform.
See, it's a whole different platform. See, this is when the real stuff talking, stuff like that. But on April the 11th, when I bust this bitch out here, when this come out.
Be in the building. Grade A. Be in the building.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Be in the building.
Listen, man. Listen. I know y'all love y'all goddamn hurricanes. I know you love your hurricanes, but it don't hit over here because I'm a Seminole. I'm a garnet and gold type of dude. That's who I am.
Okay.
Oh man,
I'm gonna tell you like this.
It don't hit.
No.
It don't hit. I'm garnet and gold. Nigga, listen, my skin tone, boy. Now hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go on my goddamn phone. God damn.
Listen.
Oh,
Here's the thing, though, Larry. Here's the thing, though, Larry.
Damn, Florida State.
Florida State. Here's the thing, though.
You need a strong woman to show you what a good football team is.
Goddamn.
Let me tell you something, though. Here's the thing.
I'm gonna come on here like this right here from now on.
Hey, be in the building. Be in the building Friday night. Hey,
Friday night.
Be in the building Friday night. We got Chris Kane versus Florida State fan will.i.am.
Yes.
Grade A, you might as well chime in because we'll need all the help you can get.
I definitely tap in. I definitely tap in with y'all.
Please tell them what they were saying.
What?
It was bad. It was bad. I mean, we went from what he said, a bad built diabetic to a T-Move Cedric the Entertainer. Bro, it was bad.
Oh yeah. I said that. He said I look like Anthony Anderson, which I'm not even light skinned. But I said, and then he said that I was then I said he was a T-Move version of Cedric the Entertainer. And then after that, then he sat there and said that I looked like I had sickle cell. And I said that basically he looked like a motherfucker looking like a wet paper bag with dog shit on it. And then
and all this football team.
And all this because of what?
Oh, well, see, here's the thing. He was on the show, and I remember the show because I'm gonna tell this verbatim though, Larry. Because I'm gonna tell you this: he was on the show, and he was debating Larry Frank. Larry Frank called him out. Larry Frank was sitting here talking to him. This is gonna be y'all representative, okay, for Florida State. Mm-hmm. So I'm licking my chops at this shit right now. So basically, what he was saying is that if Larry Frank was like, "You gonna sit here and you gonna talk about DJ Ungale as far as him being this guy that y'all gonna have," and I'm gonna tell you something right now. He cannot read zone defenses. You can't read zone defenses, and he has the same thing like Tyler Van Dyke, which was our quarterback. He didn't touch that.
I'm throwing the flag on his entire play.
Yeah. Look at
Save it for Friday, Chris.
Yeah.
Bro. Hey, just be there.
Be there.
We ain't doing this, Cedric.
I'm gonna just put it to you like this. Grade A. Y'all talk about us and about us not winning no ACC championship. That's what he said. But don't nobody want to talk about that.
Bubba Dub. Trash.
But listen.
All right, that's it.
Nobody wants to talk about what happened when y'all was independent. On Friday, I exposed everything.
Listen, we're gonna talk about that, but later. We're gonna talk about that later.
We're gonna save that for Friday.
I got you. I got you.
Friday.
I got you, Chris. I got you, Chris. I got you.
Hey,
Friday.
Okay. Now, Larry, real quick, because Devin wanted me to do a 5-minute video for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to get this out.
I'm about to let sis come through there. Sis about to box your head in, boy.
Yeah, she about to go in on your ass for real.
Friday.
She about to go in.
Save it for Friday. Save it for Friday.
Yeah.
Look.
All right.
Real talk, man. Look, shouts out to both of y'all, man, for being on, man, giving us your time and
yeah, man, most definitely, man, most definitely.
Hey,
yeah, most definitely, no problem.
We're gonna be back in 2 weeks. We're gonna announce the topic a little bit later before we check out of here. But when we come back, y'all be back in the building. Bring some more people, man. Thank y'all so much for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, love.
All right, much love, y'all. Much love.
Sir.
Yeah. Oh, you just got a sample size.
Your fault, Larry.
No, it's not. How's it my fault?
Hey. But the game, you know, listen, if Kane said real quick one more time, I swear to God.
Look, listen.
4 times.
y'all, and for those that's here that rocks with me and D on U-Talk, when D be running this thing, and I just be sitting shotgun like you are, I just be taking it in. Y'all got a sample size.
It
y'all
be wild. Going in.
We be going in.
That is crazy.
We are literally, for Miami Hurricane Podcast, we are the most probably realist out of all of them. That's why. But
that is crazy. I was like, I felt like I was in the middle, and I'm just like,
oh, it gets rough
the whole time.
It gets rough.
Kane,
it gets rough.
I forgive you.
But look, I want to circle back to some of these comments right here. We missed a couple of comments because it was fitting to go left. But I want to highlight what Carisha said earlier. She had a good point. Just because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean that it doesn't make sense. It's your opinion of what makes sense. And that's a true statement. It's your interpretation. It's your interpretation.
I guess, yeah, because it's different in every situation. It's right. You know, of course, I mean, that's obvious. But I think where it really stems to is the person's morals and the respect with each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, as a woman, you know, of course, we're supposed to be soft. We're supposed to be respectful. You know, we have a certain, I guess, perception. You know, it's a certain perception for women. We're supposed to be the soft, delicate. You know, we don't talk back, everything like that. However, I think what it comes to is just being respectful to each other, right, and matching energies, and whatever makes you happy. You understand? But when it comes to strong women, the issue I have is the bad reputation that follows behind a strong woman. You understand what I'm saying? If I come to a man and I say, you know, I'm a very strong woman, automatically 9 times out of 10, that man is going to think, oh, you have an attitude, you're aggressive, you know, you're going to be hard to deal with. And it's like, no, I'm a strong woman because I'm passionate. I have endurance. I'm ambitious, you know, like, yeah. So it's a lot of great things that come behind being a strong woman. Yes, I've been through things. Yes, I've experienced trauma. Yes, I don't have the perfect upbringing, but I've learned from those things. And I'm a healed woman. You know, but now I'm strong. I can bring a lot to the situation. I can help you become better. You know, so being strong doesn't mean a negative thing.
And I credit what you just said because it's absolute facts. And I think what gets lost in the sauce is, and I'm seeing a couple of requests for what is a strong woman. It needs to be the interpretation because, you know, everybody's interpretation of strength is different. As a woman, you just defined what a strong woman, the many hats that a strong woman can wear. Yeah. A strong woman is perceived by some men that it's an aggressive overtone. It's an aggressive conversation. When in fact, a strong woman, as I see it, having been raised by one and being married to one, a strong woman is somebody that stands on business, but they'll make you better as a man. Yeah. I can say that from experience. That's what mine has done for me. That's what Chris said his did for him. And I think just to put a bow on this thing before we get up out of here, for the fellas that maybe are having an issue with that, you really have to go in there and see dig yourself and see, do you really know yourself? Because at the time when I wasn't picking up on it, I was having identity issues because, like I said, we tried to figure this out. We were figuring this out as kids, as young adults.
Right.
So until I learned who I was, I couldn't grasp onto what a strong woman was. Once I figured out who I was and decided and learned my identity, then it was easier for me to deal with her strength. And as she said earlier, she was tired of being strong. It's time for her to lay back and let me hold it down.
Exactly.
That's the basis of it.
But reality is dealing with, I guess, what you guys would call a modern woman or the women of today. 9 times out of 10, the men are going to be healing a lot of things that they didn't cause. That's just going to be what it is. And so are the women. We're going to be healing your mother issues, your daddy issues, your whatever you've been through. Dating in today's society is different than it was in 1980s and 1970s and 1960s. We're not there anymore, and we can't go back. And the things that we've experienced are you're not going to get what you've seen in your mother. It's going to be very rare. You're not going to see what you've seen in your grandmother. It's going to be very rare. The things that you're going to see, if you want your grandmother and the mother and all that, they're going to most likely have to be raised by them, and they are fading away. We are in a whole new era in life. So you're going to have to come to a point where you're going to have to stop comparing. You understand that time way back then is fading away and it's becoming to be in history books type of thing. To be honest with you, we're in 2025. I was born in 1984. I'm not scared to say my age. I'm 40. I was born in 1984 and was raised by my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles. I've seen strong men. I've seen strong women. I've been around that. But part of my job is to make sure my nieces are still going to become and still have those type of morals that I had when I grew up. You know what I'm saying? And my sisters or my cousins, I'm trying to still instill those type of things that I've learned. So, it's tough. The dating scene is not the same. It's not the same, Larry. And you're blessed. You and sis are blessed to have found real love. And I'm glad that your kids can experience that too.
Right. I want to shouts out to Kyle Stalling right quick. I want to throw this out. Both parties has to know the difference between communication and comprehension.
Facts.
That's major. That's major.
Facts.
Grade A says you're right, but it's the attributes that you carry on with. That's true too.
Absolutely.
And then look at Kyle Stalling. Tell the room. Kyle gonna be
that's your man. That's your man.
That's a friend of You Talk. That's one of our day ones on You Talk, man. Get a chance. Dee could tell you about Kyle.
I'm scared to see what y'all gonna be talking about on You Talk. I'm gonna pop in. What is it? Friday?
Friday night, same time. Friday night, 8:00 Eastern, 7 Central. Pop in and you will.
I think I'm just gonna stay behind the scenes. I'm scared to even tap in with y'all.
They're gonna show you love. But
of course they are.
They're gonna definitely show you love. Shouts out to everywhere. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, Larry, what we got going on for the next episode? What we talking about?
Yeah, next episode. You know what? We're gonna crank this thing off, and what we're gonna start doing is giving y'all a little sample size, a little appetizer of what's happening. So for the next episode in 2 weeks, if God says the same, we're gonna start talking about finances. We're just gonna start talking about every aspect of finances because there's so many different angles. You got to get your money right. Especially with us as Black people, because we know how to mess up some money. Tax time. Let's be 100. Tax time.
Chris, we getting Mercedes pulling up.
Sis. They got niggas that done bought 10 pairs of Jordans in the last couple of weeks. So they done messed their money up. So
when we get our taxes, what's going on? Go ahead.
How I do. But we're gonna talk about, just investing. We're gonna talk about finances. We're gonna talk about what's going on with these tariffs. With I ain't gonna even refer to him as the president. We're gonna talk about that guy in the White House that's making these decisions, and all of that stuff. We're gonna talk about how that affects you. So tune in. We're gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna talk business. I like that. We gotta talk business. So.
Yeah, because we gotta prepare ourselves as a community. We have to network and really prepare ourselves for what's coming, and we gotta be more financially stable. Yeah, so I like that. I like where you're going with that, Larry.
We gotta get it together, sis. So we're gonna definitely handle that business right there. But before we put a bow on this thing, I'm gonna give you the opportunity, as I always do, sis. Give us some departing words. Get us on up out of here for the night.
Listen, I gotta speak directly to my ladies. I know it seems y'all let me get beat up tonight, but listen, it's okay being strong. It's not a bad thing, and I want us all as the Black community to understand it's okay to be strong. It shouldn't be a negative thing, guys. Being strong, it should be a positive thing, and let's focus on that. And if we shouldn't be talking to our men disrespectfully. We shouldn't be all aggressive with our wonderful Black strong men. We need to be more positive, guys. Yes, it's a great thing, but we all need to work together. It's all about love, positivity, and great just peace. All right. So I see you guys in 2 weeks. We're going to talk about finances so we can get stable and all work together. How about you, Larry? What you got to say?
Absolutely. I can't say it no better than you said it, sis. I'll just say this. Since you helped the ladies out, I'm going to just throw a little deuce out there for the fellas.
Okay.
Fellas, take some time to really, as I said earlier, dig yourself. Take some time to really figure out from somebody that's been there, and we've all been there. We're all fighting our own personal battles as men. As Chris said, we got to go out here. We got to work. We got to put up with jobs and stuff that we're supposed to do, but it's already stuff added to it because we got to deal with the society. We got to deal with racism. We got to deal with attitudes. We just fighting the battle. And I know it's hard.
Yeah.
I know it's hard. So my advice would be to the fellas, dig yourself. And that way, when the time comes, you'll be able to really find out that right person and know that not all strong women are bad women. Shouts out to everybody. Real quick, I got to give some last minute shout outs before we get up out of here. Grade A men or women don't need to be strong until needed. Jamal Davis, man. That's day one right there. You got to get back to the old way. It's a different man and woman these times. You have to be the boss bitch and the thug nigga. God damn, JD. That's old school right there. I like that.
Tupac in the suit. Where you at?
Tupac in the suit. Tupac rocking the suit.
But what did the men want from the women though? We got the Tupac in the suit. How can we identify the woman though? What's a good description for the woman?
Oh man,
because we got the Tupac in the suit is what the women want. What do the men want?
Tupac in the suit
or the women?
I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. Be careful. I'ma say.
Hold on, I think I know you, Larry. Hold on. Hold on.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
All right, so Tupac in the suit. Y'all got Tupac in the suit. I'm gonna say knee alone, butt naked.
That's what y'all want?
I'm gonna say knee alone, butt naked. And that's for my. I'm passing it for them. I'm looking out for all my fellas. That's
nothing to do with you, Larry. Nothing to do with you, Larry.
That's for them.
I got nothing to do with him.
Right. Hey, y'all, look.
That's a good one.
We thank you. We thank y'all for showing out. Like I say, shouts out to all our panel guests. Shouts out to the chat, everybody that's here. And look, you just got a sample size Friday night. If y'all ain't got nothing and y'all want to come in here and relieve a little stress, watch a little argument, a little battle, check me and D out. Talk 8:00 Friday. This coming Friday. In 2 weeks, Real Talk will be back. We'll be talking finances. Prayers up for everybody. We hope y'all have a great week. And hey, y'all know how we start every show.
Come on.
And y'all know how we end every show.
Every show. What
it
is
ain't
it, Larry?
No us. It ain't no us.
Without you, baby.
Oh yeah.
All love.
All
see
love.
Y'all in 2 weeks.
See y'all. It's Real
All right,
Talk.
guys.
Peace.
From the heart of the city to the edge of the world, telling stories of black kings and queens.
It's you talk, baby.
Every topic, every voice, like a new kind of pearl. Shining light on truths to make the future swirl. It's Real Talk, baby. El Frank and Shy Blue coming through, baby. Real topics, real stuff for the people, baby. Buckle up and let's roll with Real Talk, baby. It's Real Talk, baby. It's Real Talk, baby. It's Real Talk, baby. And it ain't no me without you, baby.
It's you talk, baby.
Kings and queens, but boys then I'm firm.